Hey everyone, so a question I get asked very often is how to start a duct tape wallet business or just any type of business in general. So this could be for like squishies or duct tape wallets. So I'm going to tell you guys some steps that I use to get everything set up. So this is going to be a few videos in this series, and that way if you have already completed one step, you can just move on to the next video and not have to watch through a bunch of just minutes in a video. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So this step one is just basically getting everything set up that you need before you start. So this will include getting a P.O. box, getting supplies and everything. So to start your duct tape business, I'll start with the supplies you'll need. First, I recommend having all of the solid colors, or at least most of them, and then getting a few patterns. Solids are the ones that sell the best for me, and the solids I recommend, this is just from people who have bought more, is light blue, purple, green, red, white, and black. Those are the 6 colors that I definitely recommend because they sell the most out of all of them. And when I say light blue, I don't mean pastel blue. Ow. I mean the other blue. Pastels are also really great to have. They've been selling really well. And then get a few patterns. For patterns, I just recommend grabbing whichever ones you kind of think look the coolest. They all kind of sell about the same. I know checkered is a really popular pattern. I recommend having checkered. The zebra prints do really well, and houndstooth. So those are some that I definitely recommend having as well. So once you have your duct tape, it's very important to have a cutting mat. So cutting mats are different than rulers. You can go to the sewing section in Joann's, or just go and ask, I need a cutting mat, and say like, oh, I need a cutting mat. And you don't need a super big one. But yeah, make sure to have one that is bigger than 10 by 10. 10 by 10 would be the smallest in dimensions that I would get. Make sure that you can roll out 8 inches on your cutting mat. So you don't want it to be smaller than 8 inches. So once you have your cutting mat, I definitely recommend getting an X-Acto knife, and I love the Westcott X-Acto knives. I think they work very well. Fiskars has really amazing X-Acto knives, so those are very important to have too. Don't use scissors, don't rip it. Get an X-Acto knife, and it'll help so much. Next thing is having clear tape. This is for packaging. This helps to cover up designs or just cover up the wallet if you want to do that. So speaking of designs, it's also very important to have a printer and a computer available, because this will help you be able to print out designs and then trace them over. And if you want to see how to cut designs, I'll leave a link in the description. I have a video I made showing how to do that. So once you have all of that, those are all the supplies that you'll need. Hopefully I didn't forget anything, but you'll learn like some other things you may need. So now it's time for the whole shipping part. So with shipping everything, you'll need different supplies. So for shipping, you're going to need packaging. This includes envelopes to send things. You can send it in a normal envelope. I send everything in a bubble wrap padded envelope, and you can buy these from any office store, any online website. So yeah, definitely recommend that. And you want to get I use 2 sizes, so I use one that's padded. It has bubble wrap, and it's 6 by 9. I think it's like size number 0. I'm not sure, but I know it's 6 inches by 9 inches. And then I use a poly something. I can't remember the exact name. Poly something one, and it's bigger. And this one doesn't rip, but it's not padded. And you can buy the padded poly one, but it's very expensive, so I buy the non-padded, and those are for squishies, since the squishies don't really need padding since they're already like foam. So yeah. So once you have your packaging and everything, it's very important to get labels done. If you want, you can handwrite everything too. Once your business gets going bigger, it's a lot easier to use PayPal, and it ships everything for you. And you can learn how to connect things through PayPal just by going on PayPal and reading about it. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'll leave the link in the description for PayPal.com, which is what I use for all of my transactions and everything. The Next up is I recommend having a P.O. box because it's kind of unsafe to give out your address. So you can go down to your local post office and all you have to do is sign up for a P.O. box, and they do cost money. I think it's about $50 a year depending on what size you get. And I just have the smallest size available and it works out really well. So definitely go and ask your parents to help you get a P.O. box because you do have to be 18 years or older. Okay, so let me make sure I've gone over everything. So I believe that's everything that I need to talk about for the whole, like, everything you need to start up everything. And now I'm going to tell you guys some optional things that you can have. So for optional is business cards. Business cards are pretty helpful to have, especially if you're doing more selling, like, not online. So if you're doing selling at craft fairs, I think business cards are very helpful to have. So you can get business cards from Vistaprint.com or overnightprints.com. Those are the two I've bought. Or you can go to a local printing shop. There's one right by my house. Not right by my house, but there's one in my neighborhood, and they have this company all around, so you might want to check and see if they're in your local neighborhood. They're called Renaissance Printing. They did a very good job. And the good thing about finding a local printing shop is that they'll have your business cards printed for you within 24 hours. So I didn't have to wait at all to get mine. So just Google search like printing shop and your address. So I'll leave all the links and stuff that you'll need in the description, and then check out part 2 of this video to see the next step.